All right, once we throw division into the mix, what happens to the order of operations? For example, if we have, say, 8 divided by 4 times 2, what should we do first? The multiplication or the division? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we could either do the division first or do the multiplication first. Let's see what happens. 8 divided by 4, I've got 8 things, and I make one group of 4, two groups of 4. So this works out to 2. So now I have 2 times 2. 2 times 2, we know, is 4. What if we do this way? Well, 4 times 2, we know this is 8. And just by thinking about the properties that we just learned, or by thinking about the picture, we see that 8 divided by 8 is going to be 1. And of course 4 is different than 1, so the order definitely matters. What order do we choose? If division appears in an expression with other operations, including just having 2 instances of division in the same expression, we do all of the multiplication and division at the same time, going from left to right, and we do all of that before the addition and subtraction. Now there's one more complication with order of operations and division, and that is this. We can write, for example, an expression that looks like this, using the division bar that I mentioned earlier. And remember, the number above the division bar is the dividend, and the number below the division bar is the divisor. What happens when we encounter a division bar in a problem like this? We should treat the whole division bar as being inside parentheses, and both the dividend and the divisor as being inside parentheses. If we see a division bar inside of a larger expression, we should do all of the arithmetic in the dividend, do all of the arithmetic in the divisor, actually do the division, and then go on to follow the usual order. Like parentheses and brackets, the division bar is a grouping symbol. It tells us to violate the usual order of operations and do the things that it has grouped together first. So, the full order as we know it now. We start with parentheses and other grouping symbols, which, remember, now includes the division bar. Then we do all multiplication and division, going from left to right. And then once all the multiplication and division is finished, all addition and subtraction, left to right. So let's see an example. Suppose we want to find 2 plus 8 minus 5 over 3 minus 2 times 4 plus 2. What should we do first? Well, first we should do the arithmetic inside grouping symbols. I'm just going to pick one to start with. I'm going to start with 8 minus 5. That's 3. And now I'm going to copy the whole rest of the problem. And now I'm going to pick another grouping symbol, say the divisor of this division bar. I see 3 minus 2. Well, that's 1, certainly. And now I copy the rest of the problem. And now that I've done that, I can do the division represented by this division bar. Remember, that's still part of the group. 3 divided by 1, well, anything divided by 1 is just the thing we started with. All right, I still see one more grouping symbol, right? 4 minus 2, oh, that's 2. Now I copy the rest of the problem. All right. That's everything in grouping symbols. Now I want multiplication and division from left to right. I see one instance of multiplication right here. 3 times 2 is 6. Copy the rest of the problem. And now I do the last remaining operation. 2 plus 6 is 8. This expression works out to be 8. I'm going to give you one of these to try as well. Evaluate this expression. Pause the video and try it now. Okay, looking at this group, I think I'm going to take this off to the side and work it out. 4 minus 2, I know is 2. 6 divided by 3, that means I have 6 things, and I can make one group of 3, two groups of 3. So that'll be 2. And now this is just 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So this whole thing works out to be 1. All right, and now I see another grouping symbol. I need to work out 18 minus 10. Well, that's just going to be 8. And now multiplication and division from left to right. So here's the first multiplication or division. 5 times 1 is 5. Still doing multiplication and division from left to right. Next I see 5 divided by 5. Well, again, this is a property that we know. Anything divided by itself is 1. Now we have 1 times 8. We know what that is, though. 1 times 8 is just 8. So this expression works out to 8.